Athena, hello Athena. Thank you for being here.
Hi.
And then Signa, if you want to come up, please. After each block, we'll be doing a Q&A. So for the filmmakers who are here, we'll be welcoming them on stage. And for those who can join us virtually, feel free to grab any one of the microphones. For those who can join us virtually, they will be doing so, who couldn't be able to travel with us. And hello to our live streaming audience. It's not just the people here in house, but we also have people watching from all over the country through our online access. So hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. For our audience, if you have any questions for our filmmakers throughout the day, we have a microphone there and a microphone there, so feel free to walk up and ask a question. This is Signa Fischer. Signa had 2 films in our K-12 category, Kate, Dear Coma Girl, Into the Light, and also To My Father. And then up on screen we have Athena, who is our returning champion. Athena won our K-12 award last year. She got a super cool sandcastle. Do you still have the sandcastle, Athena?
Yes.
Fantastic. So Athena this year made the film Cloud Chaos. And so Athena, I apologize. We had a little bit of a power failure, so we're running a few minutes behind, but I appreciate you being here. I also want to note the film that we saw, Burning Up. Ash Williams could not join us. Last year, his house burned down in the Alameda fire a week before our film festival. His parents are also filmmakers, and they had a film in last year's festival. And so it's fitting that this year he made a film about his experience of losing their home in last year's fire, and now he's in the festival. So just so you know, I wish Ash could have joined us, but he's out of town. So Signa, let's start with you. First of all, welcome. Thank you for traveling to be here.
Thanks for having me.
Your process, because both of your films have this really cool animated aspect to them. How did you and your brother come up with that?
I don't know. We were just playing around with effects. But how we came up with like the film was during quarantine. I know a lot of people started their films during quarantine, like you said, because it's just a time to do things, and filmmaking is one of those things that something you could do with your time, and it's a very good thing to do with your time. But yeah, like I said, me and my brother were just playing around with effects, and we used the same type of effect on like both of the films. So
Great. And Athena, I know this was your second stop motion film that you made after the Sandcastle last year. Was this one easier or harder? Because it seemed this one was more complex. You had more things going on. Did this one take longer than last year's film?
Definitely. It definitely took a lot longer, and it was a little harder.
Well, in stop motion, I give you so much credit because it is so hard to do that. For anyone who doesn't know how stop motion is done, you set up the scene, you take one photo, you slightly move things, you take another photo, slightly move things, take another photo, and then you repeat that, what, 7,000 times, 10,000 times? How many photos do you think you took, Athena?
What? I lost track about less than halfway through the film.
So, but it's thousands, right? Thousands of
Yes.
photos that you had to repeat that process. So how long did that take? How long did you work on your film?
A month.
And it was like every day too, right? Like we're working on it every day for an entire month.
Pretty much.
That's fantastic. Signa, how about you? I know that you and your brother work on projects, and also you're an actress as well. So you've worked on projects. Are these films just sort of like dabbling and gaining experience, or how often do you and your brother make film projects? Are you always coming up with ideas, or?
no, these two films, like we've worked on things together before, but during quarantine, we kind of just started making these two. But my brother likes editing a lot, and animation. So we both did the animation together, but like you were saying, we had to take it piece by piece, and we recorded videos before, like of me, if you could tell. So we had to take it piece by piece, and it took a long time.
Okay. Okay, great. The story ideas, let's talk about that, unless people have some questions up here. Athena, how did you come up with the story idea for Cloud Chaos?
It was from, well, I did a painting and that inspired me, but I was also inspired by community and, of course, the big fire that was like 2 blocks away from my house.
But your house ended up being okay, right?
Yes.
Okay. So out of our 2 filmmakers that were directly affected by the fire, Ash lost his house and Athena's house was thankfully saved. Since I know you kind of bounce around, the Eagle Point area, you weren't affected by the Alameda fire, were you?
No.
No? Okay, good. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Also, I directed MacGuffin, so if anyone wants to talk about MacGuffin as well. I do need to explain in MacGuffin a little bit. You notice that there was the fire department in one slide. Yes, we had to have firefighters. We had to evacuate the building. That changed the script, obviously. And then, lesson learned from filmmakers, we accidentally formatted the card that had the footage of our ending for the film. But oddly, it's appropriate since it's all based on a MacGuffin. Any final thoughts about filmmaking as young up-and-comers? Athena, I know this is your second film, and Signa, I know that you want to be a professional actress and getting involved in film. So what were your experiences like in making your films, and is this something that you want to continue to do?
I really like filmmaking, and I'd like to continue. Acting in it, there was a lot of bloopers. And it's something from home, and when you're acting, like, not in filmmaking and not with your family, it's a lot more professional. So there's definitely a lot more, like, bloopers and stuff when it's coming from your own house.
I have a question.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, for Signa. Was the film expressing any kind of, like, the isolation from the COVID? I mean, is it like being in a coma? You know, like having to isolate from friends and so many things in life?
That's not necessarily what I was going for, but you can perceive it that way.
What were you going for?
I thought of the idea through, you know how Kate found comfort through the coma when she finally just decided and accepted her fate?
Yeah.
I guess I wanted people to just feel comfort from, sorry.
From just accepting where
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Very nice. Thank you.
And then Athena, do you already have an idea for your next stop motion project that you're going to do, or do you want to keep doing this, or did you realize, man, that last one was a month, that was too hard?
I actually already have an idea for another film.
Fantastic. So are we going to see
Yes,
that
I am going
next
to
year?
continue doing filmmaking.
Is this something that maybe you want to do when you grow up as a career?
Maybe.
Do we have any other questions for our filmmakers? Okay, well, thank you, Signa, for coming. By the way, there's actually a filmmaker pass for you. So instead of your one-day pass, go up front, and there's a lanyard specifically for you.
Oh, okay.
And Athena, thank you so much for joining us. It's great seeing you again. We love your films, so we hope to see your film project next year, and Signa keep making films. And our next program is going to be family-friendly short films. Again, for those who are just coming in, we had a power failure right at the start of our program, which has delayed everything about 20 minutes. So apologies for our schedule being a little out of whack. We're about 5 minutes behind right now, so we're not doing too bad, but that may affect the course of our day. So hang with us. We appreciate you being here, and welcome to day 3 of the Klamath Independent Film Festival. That was our K-12 films. At 6 o'clock tonight, or 6-ish after our power failure, we will be giving out awards for Best Northern and Best Southern K-12 film. Thank you, Signa, for being here.
Thank you
and
so
thank
much
you,
for having
Athena,
me.
for being here. Bye, Athena.